Riff Ranch. What if we just, until we find music, we just make a little ditty?
But hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Riff Ranch Podcast.
Yes, we're here.
We're back with some more Vita Carnis.
Vita Carnis. This is
Vita Carnis tacos. Yeah, this is the third part we've done, and we decided we're going to start doing, like every time they upload, we're going to do some kind of like explanation, breakdown kind of thing.
Yeah, like a live reaction, kind of like talk about where we think the thing's going to go.
Yeah, talk about theories, explanations, that kind of thing is what I'm thinking. Theories.
It's fun. Like, comment, subscribe.
So what we got going on is the first thing was not the trimmings, the crawl. The crawl is the viney.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I watched it.
There's what, 7 different iterations of it?
I can go through the playlist right quick, and it's got all the monsters on the playlist.
Shoot that. I believe there's actually no, there's not. There's 10.
It's 10.
There's 10.
10. Sorry. Still a little bit on Bonesaw Vic over here.
Dude, I still get excited. I turn into an Italian mafia man.
Okay, so we got
a good fella.
We got the crawl, the trimmings. The trimmings are like the little tortoise-looking things. They're described as raccoons, but they don't look like
they look like
ticks,
raccoons. Like skinless ticks.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, like a giant flea.
The model looks like they almost like put makeup on a tortoise when they're like doing the whole videos and everything.
Yeah. It looks like they just got like a shitty box tortoise. Looking thing, and then just like, not that it's shitty or anything, it's actually the very
the visuals in this thing. Like, this was like definitely one of my favorite things.
Super stimulating.
Yeah, super stimulating.
I don't think there's any actual CGI. Maybe for like 2 seconds during the one episode of the bathroom
the podcast
chase.
that I listened to whenever we did the first ones, they said it was some kind of paper mache mixed with like CGI layered over it, or something like that.
Fucking awesome. And that's probably, I think that's the most CGI they used in the entire series. I mean, well, of course, other than the monolith looking things and shit like that.
So for the trimming, I don't know that they use CGI, but they were talking about the mimic when they were talking about it's like some kind of paper mache puppet with like a little bit of CGI over it. That's how it like opens its mouth.
Honestly, one of the scariest parts.
Parts. If you guys are gonna watch any episode of this series, go watch the Mimic episode.
Yeah, dude, it's genuinely a really cool like little.
I don't know if you ever listened to the creepypasta I sent you, but in the last time we did this, we talked about how there was a creepypasta that took place in Atlanta. That just stopped recording. What the hell? No, I don't want to. Oh, it wants me to open it up. Sorry guys, technical difficulties on the Riff Ranch. God dang. Anyway. Still recording.
No, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that podcast.
Yeah,
I think I listened to some of it.
Not the podcast, the creepypasta.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know if... I'm pretty sure I sent it to you, but I don't know... Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not canon to the actual series anyway. It doesn't matter that much.
It's just a nice little beat to it.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool too. And if you go through on the page, also the creator of this whole analog horror is Darian Quillo.
You got it right in front of us. Yeah. I don't know how to say your last name.
I don't know how to say your last name, dude. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's all good though.
He's got a link tree. Hit him with a link tree. I'm sure he's got a Patreon. Go follow him. Go subscribe. Go do all that. This, that, and the third.
So after the trimmings, we got the meat snakes. Those are the ones that they throw out into like after wars. They clean up the battlefield with all the dead bodies, and like butcher shops use them and stuff.
Yeah,
and you pointed this out to me when we watched it because I hadn't watched the full series. But you were saying how they don't actually only eat dead material. You think that they like evolve into something else that also like uses bones to crush up.
Yeah, so as they get bigger, and it mentions this in the thing, as they get bigger, they use pieces of the things that they eat to
like
become,
crush.
Well, yeah, just to change their anatomy in various ways depending on like what environment they live in. So the big one, the huge one, which also that whole bit is super cool, super innovative.
Yeah, the big
giant
one,
subway system that's just
we watched it
with the giant snake shit.
When we did the first 2 parts, we watched I finished the season between shooting those 2 episodes, and we were watching the meat snake episode together, and you see the big one that's stuck in the subway system, and it definitely implies some more things than just eating.
Yeah, because it's like how it wasn't just eating dead shit.
Yeah.
It could have just been eating dead shit and get.
No, and there's like flashes of like other things that are going on. There's kind of a deeper story there, and I think you kind of see that with a lot of them. I feel like they kind of evolve into something more. You see it with the mimics the most.
And what I think, especially with that big guy, is, I mean, it's in the rail train card system, whatever.
Yeah.
What if maybe hypothetically, like they're sending like droves of people down there to feed this thing, and it has to use pieces of like skulls and shit like that to as not mandibles, but as like teeth essentially.
Yeah.
Like, and there are reports of that one that was in the field that was using cow.
I think that's kind of what I get the feeling of when I watch that one episode. And it definitely feels like when you're watching this, the first half is like a documentary series made by like the company that's kind of brainwashing.
Yeah, it's almost like not an infomercial, but like when you start a new job and they sit you down and they watch a videotape about your job.
Like you're the new guy at the company. And then the second half of the season is like someone from the company trying to leak out the truth about what's going on here.
I just spit water all over myself.
I'm sorry. And then we have the mimics. The mimics are the next creature we have, which are the scariest thing. They can they look humanoid. They can fit into like almost any crevice. Excuse me.
The mimics are like, their goal is to, I believe their goal, the more they feed on people, the more human-like they become.
They can become like an elder mimic where they grow hair and they don't grow enough skin to hide their like creepy ass smiles, and they don't grow nails. But everything else is pretty much there. They start to grow, I don't know, all sorts of...
That whole bit is insane as well. Like
they start to grow skin and like all sorts of...
It's like, oh, okay, this thing is going to look kind of like a human. It's not going to attack while anybody else is. It's going to wait for you. It's going to follow you everywhere. And it's going to wait for you to be alone so it can attack you.
The first half of the season kind of makes you feel like these things only like stalk you. If they know that you have a way to get out, they'll stop chasing you. But the second half of the season makes it feel like that's not true. Don't just try to like, what is it that like, I forget all the advice it gives you, but it's basically like the advice you heard in the documentary is not true. Like, try to shoot these things, try to get away.
Try to kill them. Like, you can kill them, but they're trying to say like, don't try to kill them. Just run away, get somewhere safe. But it's like, it's tricking you. So it's almost like there's this underlying organization that's trying to help not procreate, probably not the best word for it, but like they're trying to bring about like the end stages, like the singularity that is.
If you guys think that we're talking loud for the audio listeners at home, the reason we're talking loud is because this is actually our first video episode for YouTube, and we're projecting our voice for the camera.
Yeah. We're trying to be cute for the camera. But,
yeah.
But also, maybe you should also subscribe to us on YouTube as well. And that goes for all of you listeners out there. Go follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and go ahead and like and subscribe on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It all helps the algorithm very well.
I think next time what we could do too is I could bring my mic and try to hook my mic up, because the mic should be able to pick up from like, it should be able to hook up to the camera and then pick up whatever.
I had that one upstairs too, so maybe we can toy around with that one.
Yeah, we could definitely try that out.
Super sick.
I think that would be cool.
Also, aside from like, I know we're like listing off the things right now, but so one of the a lot of these analog horrors, what they're doing is they're putting them in an analog form, like an actual VHS tape. So you can buy copies.
Are they really?
Yeah,
you can buy copies of the.
Yeah, it's in the thing over here too. But like the Mandela catalog has it.
That's crazy, you guys. I did not know that.
It's really sick, and I don't know who's doing that. But there are a couple analog horror creators who are getting their stuff put out on these VHS tapes, which is honestly super fucking cool when you think about like how that's super sick when you think about like just the format that it is in and everything, and it's like super collectible. I wouldn't ever put a brand new VHS tape in an old VHS.
Oh no, absolutely not.
VCR that I get at some old lady's estate sale.
So we're almost 10 minutes into the episode already. I'm gonna try to wrap up the creatures real quick. So next is the harvester. It's like a little pod thing. It roots into the ground and it stretches forever. Yeah, it's like 250 feet, like circumference or something like that. I don't remember what it is.
So it's almost like what's that movie with like the Feed Me Seymour, that kind of shit. Little House of Horrors.
Sure, yeah. It's like that.
The one
if you guys know,
it's like the giant fucking.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
whatever.
It's just
I'm
like
having
that.
a stroke.
And
just like that.
it's able to like it grows in like open fields, so you need to like stay away from it. And if you need to like sand walk away from it if you get caught up in it.
Yeah. It's like you're trying to get away from a sandworm. And I think that's a cool aspect of it too. Like they only show up in meadows and stuff like that because that's where a lot of fauna would come and graze.
Yeah. They don't mesh well with things that already have their own root systems, so like you're pretty safe in like woods and stuff like that. Which kind of leads us to our next thing, because this thing can grow in the woods. I forget what this one is called. The host. The host.
Dude,
this thing looks kind of like the pod of the last creature, but it's more humanoid, like on the top half.
Yeah, it has like an upper torso of like.
And this thing sends out spores to try and get you to come to it. And then the most gruesome part of this whole story, it makes you like gut yourself and present your insides to this thing.
So it's like
disturbing.
It's like the priestesses of this whole greater thing, I believe. So it's like you come forth and like it'll. What do they say you have to do? It wears off after a while, but it's like
36 hours or something. It's like a day and a half.
Yeah, you basically have to be locked up for 36 hours.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know them. You wouldn't know if you just a spore just.
Someone kind of has to
lungs.
catch it almost, like
Yeah,
tell
they're like,
that you're
hey Kyle, you're acting weird. Let me lock you down. You're like, I'm fucking fine. Let me go. You're like, no, I can't.
I'm fine. I just have to get to my host.
I just have to get. I have to be somewhere. I am doing something.
And then we got the next creature, which is the monolith, and this one is almost like what Shadow of the Colossus. If you've ever played that game, it's almost like one of those. This thing has like long, viney kind of arms, and like a big triangle-shaped head,
like a big redwood base.
There's only 7 of these things, and they're circled around a specific lake. I couldn't remember what it is off the top of my head. I didn't prep any notes for this episode. Likewise. And I think they're blocking something. And these things haven't done anything, as far as we know, in human history, except for one time when the government tried to fuck with them, and they fucked back and EMP'd everything.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think those. So if I were to go back to the host, I think those are like the priestesses, and of course you have these guys who are
you
like
think it's
almost
all like
the
a
summoners.
cult, like trickle down kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. And like that's why you have to like present yourself to the priestesses. And of course, they're just gonna eat you anyway, or whatever they do with you. But like, once you get to the monoliths, those are specifically there to bring about the coming of the singularity.
Right.
So like, their whole purpose is possible, and since they have the ability to EMP things, they probably are more of like, they have to harness the energy, almost like they are the beings that create the gateway that allow. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like some Battlestar Galactica.
The last one,
I guess
you won't see. There's not a video for this one. You have to watch the full documentary video, which is all the other documentary videos compiled into one. And then when you get to the very end, the last like 3 minutes of this video is an eighth creature called the Singularity. It's like a big black ball. It's about 3 feet in circumference diameter.
Creature of the night.
A creature of the night.
Did they say it was only 3 feet in diameter?
They said it's 1 meter, which is roughly like, it's almost 4 feet. I think it's closer to 4 feet.
Word. So like you get just like a big ball that big?
Yeah.
A big ball that big.
You got that.
I'm having a stroke. I have 2 of those. I am having a stroke right now currently.
I've been having one all day.
You know, we live in America, in the southeast region of America, so like we don't think in terms of meters very often. So like in my mind, when they said meters, I was like, damn, that's a big ass ball.
1 meter?
That's
like
meter?
A football
That's
field.
like a fucking mile, bro.
No, that's like 4 feet ish, I think. Now I'm not going to break down the rest of these episodes. If you want to go hear us break down the rest of these episodes, go check out the last 2 parts of Vita Carnis.
Check out the last 2 parts of Vita Carnis.
Those were fun episodes. We put a lot of effort into
those. Yeah, dude, those were good. Those were fun.
Yeah.
Those were back. I mean, fuck, that was last. It
was like April or March, I want to say we did
April or March? Man, that's a long time.
It was like the beginning.
We weren't even recording back then.
Yeah.
I didn't have a laptop. We didn't have 2 cameras. I was still drinking.
Now we have a whole studio set up. Yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah.
But
also, shouts out again to Jeremiah Gardner for creating our intro in the beginning of this. Super beautiful.
Forgot to mention that in the beginning. I hope you guys are enjoying the new intro.
Oh yeah.
The new title card as well.
And if you guys would like to check out any of this stuff for yourself, please, I implore you, bro, go watch this dude's stuff yourself. I mean,
please, it is so good. That's what awesome. We're breaking down all the episodes.
Even his like, I mean, it's just all really really cool. I mean,
now I will say I've already seen part of the first episode of the new season. I spoiled a little bit of it for myself. It's pretty good so far. I don't really have much else to say on that. I guess let's go ahead and get it started. And I guess I'm going to have a lot of silence to cut out of the audio bits, huh? I'm going to have to cut to when we're talking again.
Possibly, but it'll be okay.
No, it'll be fine.
Where is the... Okay, I'm just going to go to videos. If you don't know by now, ladies and gentlemen, I am not the most tech-savvy person.
You got the video ready?
Yeah. Got that fat bitch queued up.
Alright, I'm going to screen record. You want to do the sound or you want me to do the sound? I don't think both of us need sound playing for this.
Oh, yeah.
You got the sound up?
Yeah.
Okay. I got the video recording.
Alright.
Alright, and you guys are going to see the video. It should be somewhere up here.
Yeah, should be up in a corner somewhere around us.
Yeah.
Tittle-tattle.
So I hope you guys enjoy. You can kind of keep up watching. There shouldn't be any sound, but you guys should keep up watching wherever we're watching.
Yeah, I'll watch along. You got it going?
Yeah, I got it going. You got it going?
Yeah. Warning, this video talks about and shows imagery of graphic content, flashing lights, gore, violence, death, viewer discretion be advised. Yo, that's a nice little touch.
It is a nice little touch.
Oh, that's
something's happened within the restricted zone.
Oh, a monolith.
Of cultists have been apprehended.
Oh, you want to pause that?
Oh, pause, yeah.
Yeah, let's pause it, talk about it. So a cult leader has been apprehended, it says.
Cult leader apprehended. And I remember us talking about this way back in the day. It was definitely 100% a cult. We both agreed that.
Yeah, it was 100% a cult. And at the end, some kind of paramilitary group goes in and takes out what we believe to be the cult at the end, where we think is like the safe zone in Canada.
That's right.
Yeah. And I believe this is continuing from that storyline.
That's awesome. Well, let me read this out here. Cult leader apprehended. Military veteran Simon Vanguard found to be the head of the secret organization. Sorry, I have dyslexia like a mother. Secret
It's a little blurry on my screen too. I don't know.
Mine too, yeah. Simon was arrested during the raid of Lamborough Mall.
Lamborough Mall, where he was
found leading high-ranking cult members in a ritualistic sacrifice. My boy, Simon. Custody of Simon was handed over to the police by Carcass. What?
By Carcass.
Is
that the name of the group?
Carcass?
Yeah. Is that the name of the group that apprehended him? Huh.
When he will face trial for his crime.
Interesting. Okay, so
That's
it's like
crazy.
a little. Well, you guys should see it up in the corner. It's going to be like a little newspaper note. But we're going to continue from there. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Some high-ranking cultists that have unmasked their identities to the public. Shockingly, several of these members are well-renowned politicians and high-ranking members of multiple governments across the globe.
7, just like the 7 forms.
Oh yeah.
The atrocities that were being committed. Some of these crimes include murder, kidnapping, torture, ritual sacrifice. The list goes on.
Chemical weaponry.
Chemical weaponry is wild.
In an attempt to cause harm, the new Trier Company has been found to have very significant ties with cult activity.
Pause.
That's the flavor enhancer.
Yes, that's another thing too. They have a side episode where it's talking about like
flavor enhancer,
yeah,
and I
they're
believe it's the spore.
Yeah.
It's the same color as the spores that the host sends out.
I believe it's the spores, and also there's a whole video they make where the director kind of like they're eating the food, but the way the director sets it up, he like it's kind of visceral.
Grotesque. Yeah. That's crazy though. They're confirming that the cult has ties to this company with the flavor enhancer, so that's out in the public now. That's cool.
Damn, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Play.
Yeah, play.
Shut down. All new Trier products have been deemed hazardous.
Beloved company has a dark secret.
Cultivation farms are facing pressure to shut down. Public unrest grows as the
What does that say? Wait, pause it.
Mimics left unchecked.
I can't read the blurry part, but yeah, it says you guys are gonna see it in the corner. It's this creepy picture of a mimic looking around the corner. He's lurking around the corner.
Mimics of the population are found in the streets. How can I read that clearly, but I can't read a full sentence without stuttering?
So the cult's been unmasked as the company, and mimics are going unchecked. I don't really have any theories
So
about that, but like
now that
that kind of
they're
ties
using-
into the creepypasta I sent you though, because the whole thing about the creepypasta is that a wall has been built around Atlanta, and mimics are being kept out from the wall, and it's like a whole thing where like this kid goes on a field trip, and he basically accidentally lets mimics inside the city. And they're putting like a curfew on in Atlanta, and it's like a whole thing.
Oh, you gotta send me that again. That's great.
Yeah. I'll send it
That's
to you
great.
again. I hope you watch it.
ATL, baby.
Shout out ATL. But yeah, let's go ahead and hit play.
The people are outraged by
I'm
how
a little bit
little
behind
actually
now.
being
This
done.
is
They demand that something be done to handle the crisis.
Oh,
Right here.
you see those mimics?
Protest begins.
And they're catching more of like people, like they look more like people.
Yeah,
Secret
they did.
World Order, my boy.
They definitely look more like people, I would say.
Oh shit! Is that the Singularity?
That's a singularity. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm just
From everyday fashion to statement pieces that elevate your look.
I hope you guys can hear this on the mics.
Welcome to Magister's Wonder Show. I am the Magister.
This is a
This
weird,
right here, I love this. I love shit like this about like.
This is a weird episode for audio. I'm sorry, you guys.
Today, we are
Carcass.
learning about the circle of life.
So pause it real quick. I think Carcass is the one putting out all that information. They're not only the ones who apprehended the cult, but I think they're also
Yeah.
going to be the ones putting out all the information
Yeah.
about what's right.
Yeah, what's going on here? And
Head director and doctor of Carcass, progress report, Verum Carnis, date 1991, 06/30. Interesting. That didn't
oh,
really
so
say
you're
much.
right up there. Excuse me, you're a little bit in front of me, huh?
Am I in front of you? I thought I was behind. It sounded like I was behind from the audio, but maybe I'm ahead.
My that fucking ad got me. The ad popped up.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Let me go ahead, just 2 seconds ahead of you. Oh yeah, Carcass. I see now.
Okay,
CIRCIS.
Yep.
Dr. Marshall Trados.
Hey, mine's not in play. What the fuck? Okay.
Test report number 4. We still know very little about the nature of the entities. There are 7 singularities in total.
7
Each
singularities.
singularity is roughly 1 meter in diameter. They are made of an unknown material, although
That's
it
interesting.
looks
So
and
pause it again.
feels very similar.
So there's 7. There's not just the one,
Yeah.
which is interesting because that kind of breaks up my theory from the last episode. Let me make sure this is recording. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut this out. Cool. It's recording.
So,
So that breaks up my theory from the last episode because if you pick up little clips from all the different episodes from season 1, it tells this like children's story about animals. I don't know if you remember us talking about that. Yeah, it tells this whole children's story about animals, and there's like a prince that goes to sleep. The animals feed him, and he wakes up, and he's like good to the animals. But some of the animals weren't trying to feed him, and he's like basically, I don't remember what happens. I don't want to say he wipes out all the animals that went against him. But my theory was this singularity is some kind of cosmic horror. And
Yeah, like an eldritch
it's
horror.
going to be good to the cultists, which are like the animals trying to feed it and like feed into
yeah, it's
everything that's going
gonna,
on.
and the singularity is going to
But that kind of-
serve their.
I guess it could still be that, and this cosmic horror is split up into 7 pieces. But I feel like that kind of breaks my theory because there's more than one. So
Yeah.
like I
Well,
thought
it's
the
a singularity. It's a singularity, so there might be 7
How
singularities.
there's 7
but it's,
singularities?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
singularity.
if it's a singularity. It's all like the same thing, but probably brought up by maybe separated through.
So I guess it could still be a metaphor for the prince, but I'm not really sure what was going on in that whole
It'd be like the prince itself, but like each one of the leaders it was talking about, the cult leaders in the beginning that's ever apprehended. It's like each one probably has a coinciding singularity to it.
Okay, yeah. You're right. Because there was 7 of them.
Yeah. So,
Maybe each one of them were chosen by a singularity or something like that.
Yeah. Or like,
and then it's
maybe,
interesting.
Maybe it's almost like what's that thing? It's like when you make an imaginary friend and it becomes real.
I know what you're
Okay.
talking about. I don't know what that's
I
called.
cannot for the life of me think of what the fuck that is.
So
But almost like that in a sense, to where like
it's interesting. There's 7 singularities. There's 7 monoliths, but the monoliths are all in one spot, like circling a lake. So I wonder if the singularities are together. It looks like they have one in some kind of secure facility right here.
excuse me, they already have one loaded up, and that might be the only one they had their hands on.
Maybe,
But maybe that's the only one they could find because
the newspaper clipping from last season, when it showed the singularity on a newspaper clipping, it made it look a lot bigger than it is right here. I'm not gonna lie.
what I do love about the creator itself too is like right now, I mean, it just went from the real clips and there were
To
clips
the cartoony
of
shit.
like the cartoony shit explaining the circle of life and that's another piece too, like the circle of life, like the beginning and ending of things. It's like it's almost like saying that like we've come here to end y'all's
the symbolism of circles is very big in this whole thing,
and triangles.
Yeah, and triangles. Triangles are also very important.
But this one they probably got from the cult affiliation down there. They caught that one big guy.
Oh, you're right.
It's like
you're
his
right.
correlating.
Yeah, this could be his correlating singularity. All right, let's let this play.
We are unable to sample it in fear of causing potential damage. The material is very dark in color. It has red shimmers of light swirling inside.
I hope you guys can hear
There are
this at
some
home.
hints of other colors present, but is mostly dominated by the red. Each entity hovers above the ground in a stationary position, although they can be moved with relative ease. Our equipment can detect some subtle pulses of energy in rhythmic but random patterns.
Interesting.
Like a quantum energy flow.
Flow is never light.
Boy, that's it talking.
That's the same. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's the singularity talking.
Laughing.
I wonder.
Laughing at them.
I wonder. Pause. I wonder if that's. It sounds like laughing, but I wonder if that's going to be something else. Like I wonder if it's going to be like some kind of distorted like message coming into reality or something like that. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I think too,
because we were going to do something similar with Nut Button and but anyway.
I'm not saying Vita Carnis took any ideas from us, but what I'm saying is it's pretty fucking similar.
Hey, I ain't gay, but
I ain't gay, but if it's 12 inches, it can fit.
if we had Jimmy Jazz Hand's wedding.
Hey man, you telling me you look me in the face, you say you want to jerk off the dummy tentos? Shouts out to Bonesaw Vic.
I can't wait to do more episodes on Bonesaw Vic. Honestly, I know we just did 2 episodes back to back, but like I'm excited.
I cannot wait for that motherfucker to put out more videos, dude. I'm gonna hit up the writer myself and be like, push it out.
And I'm waiting for Mayhem Mountain to come out, but Dark Seminium has been like just bullshitting about putting that. I'm joking. I'm totally joking. He's had a lot going on. He's been sick lately, apparently.
Don't dox me.
Don't dox me on the internet. All right, you ready? God, we're only 3 minutes into this thing.
We don't know what they are. We don't know if it is breathing or communicating.
I'm definitely behind you now.
We don't know if they are even organic. This is nothing new, just confirming what we already know.
I just realized I'm not getting ads on mine because I pay for YouTube Premium.
Leads. The most we got was some interference with electronics, especially when there is more than one kept close together. But the experiment we conducted showed extremely significant results. The experiment played out like this. In test chamber 1, a live cow was released into the chamber with B1 for an extended period.
Bro, I love how these fucking...
They were left together
I love
for 24
this.
hours.
I love this. I'm loving it so far.
The test showed minimal results from the entity and an increase in stress from the cow. Next, the body of a cow was put into the chamber with B1 for 24 hours. The results were extraordinary.
It's gonna reanimate it?
Is that what's going on?
Oh my god.
5 hours.
Oh my goodness, like I said, I'm a little bit behind.
The chamber. What this could mean.
I'm trying to even this back out.
No, yeah, I got you.
Rewrites everything.
Did it go black right when it
about
beeped?
the Vita Carnis species.
Okay, so we're on the same.
So, you see right there what it's talking about? It rewrites everything we know about the Vita
And then it
Carnis
turned
species.
into the crawl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
crazy.
think too...
It's turning It's kind of like that Godzilla analog core that we talked about recently,
Yeah.
where everything kind of is turning into Godzilla.
Yeah.
This is a similar thing going on, but
Yeah,
it's
the
all turning
flesh.
into meat.
As it said, once you get two singularities closer to each other, you can't record them or do anything because it
fucks up everything. Basically.
So once again, 7 separate parts of the entire singularity.
Look at
and
us.
then you smash them bitches together, and then it kills everything.
You're right.
That's dead.
It's gonna
in
get
the
more
world.
powerful as they get brought. Yeah.
And imagine they all come together. Everything that's that's died, will die, all that stuff becomes the crawl, creating the new cycle of life.
Creating mimics and all sorts of.
Boom. That's why it was so heavy on the cycle of life in the beginning.
Yeah.
Look it.
Third recording. I'm gonna have to fucking cut all this together. I love it. Anyway, you ready to play?
But that is crazy how. Yeah, I'm ready to play. Bitch.
I might be a little ahead of you now.
First, a young larva hatches from within its egg. It will roam around and find food to help it grow and grow. Once they are big enough, they transform into a pupa. And after some more time, they transform into an adult beetle. The adult beetle will go out into the world in search of food.
I'm a little bit behind you.
Audio
How does
log.
this happen?
Progress report for crawl samples. Cultivation has been successful. So far, we grew them with 3 specific environmental factors.
I thought my shit was low.
One
Oh,
is
wait,
our
it is
control
loading.
group, 2 with access to additional.
What? Oh, I am getting ads. I'm on the Riff Ranch account. That's unfortunate. Why am I not on my account?
Are you still bust?
It's black. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the crawl on the wall. Is that where you're at?
I'm gonna go back to 545.
545. I'm right on 545. You ready?
Specific environmental factors. 1 is our control group, 2 with access to additional nutrition sources, and 3 with exposure to radio signals.
This episode might come out late. I'm sorry, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm not used to editing this much.
Like, subscribe, follow for more.
Standard crawl samples. No distinct abnormalities. Group 2 grew at a faster pace than the control group, as expected. No distinct abnormalities. Group 3 grew against its normal pattern, weaving its way toward the radio. Once the device was claimed, it switched to usual growth patterns. Again, no distinct abnormalities. In conclusion, the samples that were grown in B1's test chamber don't seem to differ from others grown from other sources. Still, we will continue with more factors and further groups, just in case. There have been some developments in the propagation group. B1 samples have seemingly been able to produce nodules at a slightly quicker rate than wild samples.
Yeah.
Control groups show that B1 samples begin node development a few days faster. More time will be needed to say for sure.
Trimming?
As for the nodes themselves, there aren't any distinct abnormalities. We've successfully hatched a dozen Carnis juveniles, several trimmings, 2 meat snakes, and even 1 mimic. We will be sending them to the enclosures after everyone's reports get sent out.
Enclosures?
Enclosures?
Hold on. Enclosures?
Do you think this is the what is the name of the company we just learned about?
Carcass.
Carcass? Do you think this is Carcass, or do you think this is a cult?
Carcass. I think it's Carcass.
Okay.
Because Carcass seems to be more of a...
I almost feel like some of this is the company talking, but I feel like it's Carcass leaking out. Like, that's why there's little flashes of stuff.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That could be a possibility.
Like, this is what the footage we're seeing is the company practicing all these like tests and shit. But it's Carcass that's kind of leaking this out, and that's why we're getting little flashes of stuff all over.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm thinking.
Like the cuts in and out.
Yeah.
And with the whole, when it's talking about like has the nutrients or the berries on the board and it's trying to get it to grow.
Yeah.
It went directly to the radio for the.
Yeah,
I assume would be like the electric impulse.
Yeah.
Not impulse, but the the amplitudes or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the electric output or whatever.
That's the better word for it. But it's almost like it could thrive off of anything.
Yeah, that's what what I was thinking when I saw that. I don't know if you guys probably saw it, but my jaw dropped at that part because it's like surviving off of anything.
Yeah, you're just able to eat electricity and berries and nuts and I don't know.
It's weird.
I thought that was probably a little something.
What do you got? I'm on 726.
Yeah.
And then is ground into a fine mint and is now ready for the garden.
What? Pause. Dr. Fawn, Benito, trimming specialist.
Okay.
So it just they're putting pieces of the crawl in soil for fertilizer.
You notice this one doesn't say carcass.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, it says something different. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, where are you at? Just right there.
741.
741.
Audio log. Progress report for trimming colony. Significant
Trimming
progress
colony.
in the social patterns of a group of trimmings we have been keeping together. A new batch of juveniles.
Those ones look crazy.
Colony at the beginning of the new progress.
These look a little different than last season's.
Yeah.
Accepted into the community immediately.
These ones look a little bit more raw meaty.
Yeah, more fleshy instead of paper mache.
Yeah.
They were great before. They're better now, though.
Ah.
Trimmings communicate through a series of vocal cues.
I'm not too sure about that.
Batch with squeaks and squeals.
Squeaks and squeals.
They also are not afraid to show us when they are.
You did a great imitation of what they sound like. You did like a very guttural noise, like something like that. Yeah. What they sound like, it's like eldritch. It's like an eldritch squeal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. If you guys see that up above, let me know if that's crazy.
I love how right now this is real.
Yeah.
But previous, all of it has been like PlayStation 2 graphics.
Yeah.
The speaker would play two separate audio cues. A positive cue would play, followed by a treat.
This is so nice.
And
I'm
a
glad we
negative
did this.
cue, followed by a small spray of cold water.
Followed by
We
a
did several rounds
small
of
spray.
both audio cues to condition the trimming's response.
Dude, this is like back to PlayStation 2 graphics a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah,
I like
definitely.
it. I like it.
I just think he's a good director.
I would love to do some like machinima stuff like that.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Whoa! What do you guys think about that? Let us know in the comments down below.
Oh, that's scary.
got
I almost
another-
feel bad.
Harris is lying, saying she'll keep us safe. But Kamala's been soft on crime.
I got a video game ad.
What the fuck?
Okay.
That's
Hang
so
on,
funny.
Oh no, mine is playing. I guess it's just all black.
What are you at, 10?
I'm at 10:07. It's just all black. I guess there's sound to it. You're at 10.
Yeah.
Right at 10. Okay.
That, first off, side note for everybody listening.
Woo!
That little bit.
This has me on the edge of my seat for some reason.
Yeah, it honestly made me feel kind of bad for the creature.
Yeah.
But it's also like,
I
it's a
think
fucking alien creature. Like,
yeah, it's some kind of alien creature. What if that's the case? What if like these singularity things are alien and like they're kind of coming down, terraforming the planet, changing the ecosystem?
that's exactly what I've been.
Yeah, that's what
I've been thinking.
I've been thinking Eldritch this whole time.
Like Eldritch, but Eldritch in the sense of like that in itself is
very Eldritch.
Just like a foreign entity that is able to take up. I mean, hell, it's like very, very not stereotypical, but like classic Lovecraft tropes. You know what I'm saying? Just like boom, boom. I mean, you have like all the recipe for it right here, and it's I don't know. It's just
it's very what is it? Haster and like the Spiral City and like very like the city that's like way out there in the universe kind of thing. That's kind of what the impression I'm getting from it.
And like that's why I believe that like the singularity itself, like the actual bit that has like its actual own, I wouldn't say consciousness, but like the being that is all of it. Because I mean, it might all just be one giant hive mind-esque thing, considering it's all built up on each other.
You know,
I mean, yes and no-ish. You know?
I disagreed with you in the last 2 episodes when you brought up the hive mind thing, and I'm leaning to agreeing with you more after this episode.
Right, it's all leading up to just perpetuating the grander singularity itself. So it all has to be like they might be.
It's almost like a funnel up
conscious
system. So like maybe there's these 7 singularities, but maybe they answer to a higher power.
Yeah, very well forming like and maybe like I don't know. I mean, we're just first episode in that we can't seem to get by because we keep stopping it.
But No, it's okay. I planned on this hopefully taking the whole podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Few hours.
Sorry.
No,
We tested how much the trimmings communicated. Another speaker was placed near the colony's enclosure, where we played the same audio cues. It is incredible to see how layered their social interactions can be. Although, we tried something a bit bizarre.
Man.
We found out that a wild colony had settled around the facility recently.
A wild colony? You mean you started your own colony and you're surprised that another colony came in? Come on now.
Yeah, y'all are putting this shit in the dirt. Like,
come on.
It was a long shot. We set up a radio device near the wild colony and near ours. We linked both devices up and played the cues.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm so sorry. Leave it.
There's many dangers out there in the world. There are many predators.
Fuck. We gotta go back. I didn't see that part.
Gotta go back.
Technical difficulties.
Hand me that.
I really just poked it in the little bit in between.
In betwixt.
The top rafter and that little thin piece of white. Yeah. That's so funny.
Anyway.
I was like on the edge of my seat,
and
then that actually spooked me. Okay.
Bailey spooked easy. What can I say?
Yeah. I get scared easy. I'm a fright. but yeah, why are they so shocked that
that wild trimmings came in after they created?
Are you telling me that there's just these things in the wild?
You mean they communicate with echolocation? And you're telling me that other trimmings came to our colony of trimmings? Come on now, bro. Come on. This is your research.
They're actually putting up pieces of the crawl, grinding them up, and putting them in the fucking dirt. You know what I'm saying? Why are you fucking surprised?
All right, we got
a
minute left.
For a snack. And unfortunately, not all beetles make it. Yes, it is sad, but that's how the circle of life works. But look, one of the beetles has laid eggs. And once the beetle's eggs hatch, the beetle cycle starts again. And life continues on.
Heavy circle of life imagery in this one. Ooh.
That's it for episode 1?
I think that's it. And there is a second episode on the channel.
Thanks for watching and God bless.
Make sure that's everything before I click.
Oh, his Instagram links, Ko-Fi _ support my work.
Alright, I'm gonna click to the next one.
Gamer Sups. Oh, that's...
He's sponsored by Gamer Sups.
Yeah, that's kick-ass, actually.
Yeah. That's funny. You don't usually see analog horror that's like sponsored and shit like that. That's funny.
Papa Meat's helping. Shouts out Hunter. So this might just be like a tease for the next episode, but it's only a minute and a half, so.
Yeah, it's not very long. I figured we could just cover it on here real quick. Sorry about this. Technical difficulties again. My computer.
It's okay. We can edit around all that.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of editing. We've been naked this whole time. That'd be funny.
You didn't realize our clothes were CGI, did you?
Yeah, dude. This whole thing is AI'd.
We're not even here.
We've been AI'd this whole time.
We've been this whole time.
You ever seen that girl Midjet on Instagram Reels or TikTok
so.
or whatever? No. She does that a lot. It's super crazy.
Super cringy.
Super cringy. Oh my god.
Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna have video for the rest of this because my shit ain't loading. Still just sitting here. I just want to get
home to my boy.
no,
I just need to get home to my wife and child.
My wife and
Please help me get home to my wife and child.
Okay, we can go ahead and. Oh wait, is it playing? You gonna play for me? What's up?
You gonna play for Daddy?
You gonna play for Daddy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You gonna play for Daddy? I wonder how much this.
I'll cut all this out.
yeah.
I'll edit that out.
I'll edit it out.
I think so. I've been thinking about merch. You know, year 2, I'd like to try to do merch for the Riff Ranch. I would like to do like a shirt or something that says, I'll just edit that out. Another shirt that says, physical comedy doesn't work on the podcast. And another, like a hoodie or something that says, what's up, you beautiful bastards.
We could do that.
Yeah.
There's more of a Philip DeFranco thing, though, so we might get struck.
Oh, you had him say somebody else's thing? Did you really?
I couldn't get him to say, what's up, Riff Ranchoros?
I thought that was just something you said on the podcast.
What's up, you beautiful bastards? You beautiful bitches, but sometimes bitches can be derogatory, so I don't want to call our loving Ranchoros bitches.
Okay, let's just start the next one. I got it right here. You ready?
Because our Ranchoros are big dick fucks.
You should have just said, what's up, Ranchoros? You should have
No, but it was weird, and he was like, he knew what we were doing, so what do we do?
You have him say, what's up, Rancheros? And see if he'll do it.
It's not even coined yet. But I think it rolls off nice, right? What do you think? Comment down below.
If we had Steve Bloom do it.
Yeah, it really would have took off, dude. Yeah. What's up, Rancheros?
He would be like, what's a Ranchero?
What's a Ranchero for? Oh, it's for our podcast.
Oh, that's how you say churro in Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Spanish and French for churro.
You ready?
You gotta go. Is it playing?
Yeah, I'm 1 second in.
Tape recovered from a home after noise complaints.
Oh, there's a video.
It's a house with a bunch of fucking.
There's gonna be a Mimic plush. I already know it. It's PlayStation 2 graphics again. It's fucking PlayStation 2 graphics.
Oh, that scares me.
Yeah, I'm jumpy a little bit. I don't know why. Oh. Why you got a Mimic plush?
That is a little Mimic plush, isn't it?
There's gonna be a Mimic. Oh shit!
Oh fuck! That really did scare me. You said, oh, and I was like, oh, because the creature, the little.
You're a little bit behind.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
I made you jump, and then it made you jump.
Dude, that shit was guttural from my throat. That shit kind of scared the fuck out of me, dog.
That's funny as fuck.
Well.
So what's up? You got any more? I think, link in the below if you want Mimic. There's Mimic plushies. They got plushies for everything. So if you guys want to go check out some plushies for this thing. Holy shit.
Like this? Try getting the makeshift plush version instead. Slightly guaranteed not to rip your meat off your bones.
That's so good.
All right, I'm gonna stop it there.
Just like it's like not a piece of. It's like not a piece of canon. It's just him trying to promote.
Yeah, he was just promoting,
which is awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. I'm so happy
for that.
I'm so happy for you. Don't ever fucking scare me like that again.
Don't ever fucking scare me like that again. I swear to God.
You got any theories? You got any ideas about what's going on here? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm
Talk to me
I'm
about
interested in seeing how the behavior of the wild mimics, not mimics, the wild trimmings.
Yeah. I'm also interested in where that storyline's going.
Yeah,
you know,
because it just cut off right there. I was really disappointed. I was like, "What?" That was a real good cliffhanger.
We talked a little bit about theories on here already, and I don't have much more theories outside of what we've already talked about on here, I think.
And I believe that this group of trimmings might be kind of crucial to what might happen later on in this series, because they're obviously proving that there's some type of separate sentience.
Yeah. There's like some kind of nefarious thing going on between all of these consciousnesses.
They're able to communicate with each other.
People are keeping these things as pets.
Yeah, people are keeping these as pets and shit. And
that was scary.
I feel like
was scary.
I still think that the hive mind thing is a huge aspect of it. I mean, they have to have some type of like telepathic something to like just talk, be able to talk to each other.
Something's going on here
besides standard communication. But like, they also seem to have they might have separate bits of sentience. You know, like they're all like kind of like aware of. You know, I mean, because the trimmings are using social stuff betwixt them, as themselves. But like, what if that other one comes in and they're like, "All right, we're here to rescue y'all."
That last one really got me jumpy.
I see over there. You're kind of uneasy. You're like, fucking.
I was like, "Damn, that was crazy." Let me know if that made you jump at home.
That I feel like because the first bit, I was just kind of like...
That was good.
I was just kind of like, whoa, Kyle, you scared me, haha. And then immediately...
you thought I made you jump in. You're like, right, dude. Barely got double scared.
Yeah. I fucking barked. Did you hear it?
That's awesome. Well,
super good, super fun.
What do you think? Is that it all for the Riff Ranch podcast?
Pretty much. What else do you think?
I think the singularities. So first of all, I think the trimmings are nefarious. I think we talked about this last season, but the trimmings are going to end up being nefarious. And my theory last season was that the trimmings have like some kind of like their screeches are communicating to all the other creatures. And even though the trimmings might not be dangerous, they're bringing in dangerous things.
Oh, because they're doing like they're screaming and like they're
like this almost like echolocation, but I don't think it's exactly echolocation.
Yeah.
Cosmic location.
Coined.
Eldritch location.
Yeah, coined.
But they're doing some kind of like eldritch location, bringing other things to them. And I thought that was how people are going to get attacked.
When they're doing the tests with like making them screech in a negative light, that might be what's bringing the shit that way.
Seeing how the crawl will just like cling to anything this season also makes me think that like everything might just be fucking dangerous. Like even though we thought before the trimmings might not be dangerous, I'm thinking maybe now everything could be dangerous.
And you know,
the one that's not even alive just fucking takes over everything.
This is just kind of like a shot in the dark, and like the similarities are very small, but it kind of reminds me in a way, very slightly, of the whole thing from Edge of Tomorrow. Have you seen that with Tom Cruise and he's like reliving the day?
Yeah.
And there's like I think they're called mimics too, the creatures. So there's like the mimics, and then there's 1 out of every million is an alpha.
Yeah.
And then like
you brought this up, I think, on one of the last episodes, and you talked about how like the harvester, the pod, kind of looks like the alpha. Something like that.
The omega. The omega. It's like this giant. It's basically like the brain and the heart of it, and then like there's like the thing where it opens up, and then it like it's this pulsating ball of energy, which is like the creature's being.
I agree. It's similar.
Very similar to that. Very similar, and I think there are going to be a couple of cues that kind of hit on a similar note. Not saying that the guy copied off of that movie or anything like that, but it's just very similar in the way some of them act, and it's almost like it's like a brain network, like neurons firing off in different ways.
I agree.
But like almost also like they have their own separate individual little bits.
They're very much like people and neurons, but it's also like mushroom, fungi.
Yeah, sure. Like I don't know, man. I wish I had.
There's so much going on.
Articulate myself in a more superior fashion.
There's so much going on.
There's
it's
so
like
much going
still kind of early to say exactly what's going to happen, I think. But I'm excited to see where the rest of the season goes, and I hope you guys are excited to watch us cover the rest of the season.
It's been, excuse me. It's been,
yeah,
it's getting late out here. I know you can see the sun's going down.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Yeah, sun's getting real low, big boy. But it's been 3 weeks since this little promo thing went out, so it should.
So if he puts out another real episode soon,
yeah.
What are you thinking? You want to cover another one sometime? Yeah. I'm thinking maybe we wait until we have a couple different episodes planned for October. And I'm thinking maybe we wait until after October to cover the next one.
Yeah.
But if you want to cover it in October, I'm more than happy to.
That's right. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff for you here this month on the Riff Ranch podcast. Yeah. We got goddamn scary stuff.
We're gonna play some scary video games.
Scary video games.
Scary video games.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Fucking put mics on me and just throw me into oblivion.
Yeah.
That's honestly terrifying. That's the worst thing you could ever do to me. I hate being scared. I'm a scaredy boy.
In Alien Isolation, I don't know if you remember me telling you this, but you could turn the mic on for the game, and the alien can hear when you make noise. Yeah. It can come after you based on how much noise you're making. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? That's just something that's in the game. You know?
That's kick ass.
Yeah, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like, follow, go subscribe to us on everything,
comment, subscribe,
including Instagram.
hug, kiss, kiss, please, for the love of God.
We love you and we need you. Bye, Mom.
Hey, Bailey. Hey, Kyle. It's me, Tank Dempsey and Steve Bloom cosplay. What's up, you beautiful bastards? Hoorah.